Do you believe in past lives? And if one day you could relive the life of your former self, how would you react? Fear, doubt, or a belief that destiny is calling your name? Thousands of people worldwide have experienced this strange phenomenon. They speak of places they've never visited, languages they've never learned, and even vividly recall the moment they died in another life. Is this proof of reincarnation, or merely a trick of the subconscious? And more chillingly, why hasn't science been able to definitively debunk it? Welcome to Mystic Unlocked, where we open the door to humanity's unsolved mysteries. Get ready, because what you're about to hear might make you question, is this life truly the only one? Past life regression is a controversial psychological technique in which a person is guided into a deep hypnotic state to evoke hidden memories believed to come from previous lives. During this process, individuals may describe in detail a life they've never known in their current existence, mention places, languages, or customs they've never encountered, even recount the cause of their death in a past life. This technique is typically conducted by hypnotists or therapists. Some believe it's evidence of reincarnation and the cycle of rebirth, while scientists argue it may be linked to imagination, false memories, or the influence of suggestion during hypnosis. Imagine closing your eyes, relaxing in a quiet room. The hypnotist's voice gently guides you. Go back to where it all began. You sink into darkness. A scene emerges, an ancient village, cobblestone streets, and you, no longer your current self. You see your hands, rough and unfamiliar, wearing strange clothes, and a name you've never heard in this life. Yet it feels eerily familiar. This is what thousands of people worldwide describe during past life regression, a controversial technique where individuals are guided into a deep hypnotic state to explore hidden memories, believed to originate from past lives. This concept didn't appear out of nowhere. It stems from ancient beliefs in reincarnation and rebirth found in Hinduism and Buddhism, where humans are thought to undergo countless cycles of birth and death. But in the West, past life regression only gained attention in the 20th century, following a case that shocked the public, the Bridie Murphy case, 1952. An American woman named Virginia Tighe, under hypnosis, recounted details of a life in 19th century Ireland. She described street names, customs, and even ancient graves that journalists later investigated and found they actually existed. The story spread across American media, turning past life regression into a global phenomenon. But was this just a strange coincidence, or evidence that our memories don't end with death? And if there's a place where fragments of past lives are stored, where is it? In the subconscious, or in a dimension science hasn't yet reached? Do you believe a 3-year-old could remember who killed them in a past life? It sounds like a horror movie, but this is one of the documented cases in past life regression studies, and it stunned the scientific community. Case 1. The child who exposed their killer. In a small village in Syria, a 3-year-old boy claimed he was murdered with an axe in a past life. At first, people thought it was childish imagination, but the boy led them to a remote field and pointed to the exact spot where a body was buried. When they dug, they found human bones, with a skull crack matching his story. Even more astonishing, the boy led them to the house of his killer and named him. Under village pressure, the man confessed to the crime. What do you think? Could a 3-year-old's imagination be that detailed? Case 2. The World War II pilot boy. In the U.S., a boy named James Leininger frequently had nightmares about being shot down in a burning plane. He screamed, "My plane's on fire. I can't get out." The eerie part? James was only 2 when these dreams began. Through conversations, he mentioned the carrier Natoma and a friend named Jack Larson. His parents researched and discovered USS Natoma Bay was a real World War II carrier, and Jack Larson was a surviving pilot from that battle. James even described details about the Corsair plane and how it was shot down, information a child with no history education couldn't know. Coincidence, or a fragment of a past life resurfacing? Case 3. Bridie Murphy, the case that shocked America. In 1952, Virginia Tighe, an American woman, underwent therapeutic hypnosis and suddenly described a life in 19th century Ireland. Calling herself Bridie Murphy, she detailed rural villages, homes, daily life, and even names of people. Shockingly, Many details were verified as accurate with historical Irish records, despite Virginia never having been to Europe. The story became a media sensation, sparking global interest in past life regression. These stories have convinced many that past life regression is real. But are they truly evidence of reincarnation, or just products of the mind in an altered state? After hearing these stories, you might be wondering, is this proof of reincarnation, or just a creation of the brain? To answer, we need to step out of the hypnosis room and into the world of science, where everything requires evidence. The brain and memory. Is memory reliable? The human brain is a marvelous machine, but it's not perfect. Scientists say memory isn't a book preserving pristine truth. It's like a painting redrawn each time we recall it, and every time, details can shift or be added. This introduces a key concept: false memory. When someone is hypnotized, a state where the mind is highly suggestible, the brain can create vivid images from fragments of information the person has encountered: a movie, a story, a fleeting image. These pieces, combined with strong imagination, form a memory that feels real, even if it never happened. Studies on hypnosis show that hypnotized individuals are easily influenced by the therapist's questions or guidance. For example, if a hypnotist says, "Go back to a past life," the brain may construct a story to meet that expectation. This doesn't mean the person is lying. They genuinely believe what they see, even if it's a product of their mind. Yet, some cases puzzle scientists. How can an illiterate child speak an ancient language? How can someone who's never been to Ireland describe 19th century villages and customs accurately? Some researchers suggest this could involve cryptomnesia, information absorbed from the environment without conscious awareness, stored in the subconscious, and recalled during hypnosis. Still, science has found no concrete evidence for past life memories. There's no biological or neurological data proving memories can persist after death and transfer to another body. But does that mean past life regression is entirely false? Not quite. Even neuroscientists admit the subconscious remains a vast, largely unexplored territory. The question arises, if past life regression is just a trick of the mind, why do thousands of people across different cultures have similar experiences? And why are some details shockingly accurate? This is what makes the phenomenon a topic of debate for decades. If past life regression is merely a brain trick, why have scientists spent decades studying it? And why do some studies spark heated debates in the scientific community? Among researchers, Ian Stevenson, professor of psychiatry at the University of Virginia, is the most prominent. He spent over 40 years investigating over 2,500 cases of children claiming past life memories across countries like India, Sri Lanka, the US, and Europe. Stevenson documented chillingly detailed stories. A boy in India described his past life, parents' names, home address, and even eating habits, all verified as accurate by researchers. A girl in Myanmar recounted dying in a car accident and recognized past life relatives when meeting them again. Stevenson's focus wasn't just memories, but also strange birthmarks on children, sometimes matching the location of fatal wounds described from their past life. These findings were published in his famous book, 20 Cases Suggestive of Reincarnation, sparking decades of controversy. Beyond Stevenson, labs in the US and Europe have tested past life regression as a therapy for phobias or anxiety disorders. Some patients report relief after seeing the cause of their fears in a past life. For example, a person with an extreme fear of water recalling drowning in a previous life. This raises an intriguing question. Even if past life regression isn't proven real, why does it help heal some people psychologically? The scientific community remains deeply divided. Believers, Stevenson's cases are too detailed to be mere coincidence. Skeptics, there's no physical evidence for transferred memories. These stories could stem from cultural influences, imagination, or guidance during regression. So what's the truth? We face two possibilities. Past life regression is a sophisticated illusion of the brain, amplified by hypnosis and human expectation. Or it reveals a mystery science hasn't yet touched, evidence of a cycle of rebirth existing alongside our current life. What does past life regression truly teach us about human nature? And would you dare try to find the truth? Though science hasn't fully affirmed or debunked it, one undeniable truth remains. Past life regression taps into humanity's deepest curiosity, the question of existence. Why is this phenomenon so captivating? Perhaps because it promises something we've always craved. Life doesn't end with death. The idea that you've lived before and will live again in another form offers both comfort and fear. Comfort, because if there's an afterlife, nothing is truly final. Fear, because if reincarnation is real, you may pay for what you've done, and no one knows what lies ahead. But beyond that, past life regression reveals something profound about the human mind. Our subconscious holds more than we realize. Whether it's a projection of the brain or a gateway to a hidden world, it reminds us that science hasn't explained everything. And perhaps, it's this uncertainty that keeps past life regression an enduring topic. It makes us wonder, who am I? Who was I before? And where will I go after this life ends? We've explored chilling stories, controversial studies, and scientific explanations. But despite reason's attempts to find answers, one truth persists. No one has proven past life regression, nor has anyone provided enough evidence to fully debunk it. It could all be a product of the brain under hypnosis. But perhaps, within those strange memories, lies a true fragment of lives gone by. And if that's true, how would you view this life? Ask yourself, backhand index pointing right, do you believe you've lived one or more past lives? Backhand index pointing right, if you had the chance to see your past life, would you dare try or refuse? The answer to this phenomenon may not come today. But one thing is certain, human curiosity will never stop. And perhaps, in the future, science will unlock a truth that changes the world. Before we end, there's something crucial to note. Past life regression is not a game and shouldn't be tried casually. Many experts warn that misusing hypnosis to go back to past lives can pose psychological risks, creating false memories. The brain can craft vivid stories so convincing you believe they're real, potentially impacting your current life significantly. Increased anxiety or obsession. Some people, after undergoing past life regression, experience stress or fixation on memories that may not be real. Risk of manipulation. In a hypnotic state, you're vulnerable to the influence of the guide's words or suggestions, leading to inauthentic experiences. If you're curious and want to try, ensure it's done with a reputable professional and only for therapeutic purposes, not to satisfy unchecked curiosity. And more importantly, whether you believe in past life regression or not, remember, the greatest value lies not in chasing the past, but in living fully in the present. Sometimes, we're so focused on what's lost that we forget the real opportunity lies in this moment. Now, I want to hear your thoughts. Share your opinions in the comments. Do you believe in past life regression or not? Don't forget to hit like, subscribe to Mystic Unlocked, and turn on notifications. Here, we'll continue unraveling the greatest mysteries of history, nature, and humanity. See you in the next video.